Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Head Chef Mom. I'm Kendall Lawrence, and today what we're going to do is some wonderful, delectable Swedish meatballs, the kind that you get at IKEA, and I'm trying to make as an authentic Swedish recipe as I can. If you're in Sweden and you see that it is not very authentic, you can let me know, but don't blast me out. So let's take a look at our ingredients. Okay, so traditionally Swedish meatballs are made with a mixture of ground beef and ground pork. Ground beef and ground pork. And I have 80-20 for both of them. I don't like to go very lean on the meat, like 93.7 or 96.4, because then it's dry and you want a juicy, soft, good meatball. Okay, so I've got ground beef, ground pork, I've got some eggs, I've got some chicken broth, I've got some chopped up yellow onion, I have some garlic, I have some garlic powder, I've got some ground allspice, some nutmeg, some onion powder, pepper, salt, unseasoned breadcrumbs, and sour cream. And I have the traditional condiment that is served with the Swedish meatballs in Sweden, lingonberry jam. And I couldn't find this in the store, so I had to order it on Amazon. But if you go to IKEA, you can get the lingonberry jam with their Swedish meatballs.
Now you said that's used as an accessory to the
Yeah,
meatballs?
as an accompaniment to the Swedish meatballs.
I say accessory because I'm in tech.
Okay. Lingonberry, lingonberries are native to Scandinavia, and they're harvested in the late fall. And in Sweden, they use them they use them as a side for a lot of meat dishes, but you always see the lingonberry jam with the Swedish meatballs.
Like cranberry sauce.
It's similar to cranberry sauce, but it's a small berry. It looks like, I don't know, when I was a kid, we used to go and pick these little small berries, and we used to call them hobo berries and stuff like that, those little small red berries. I don't know how we survived that, but they're these little teeny small red berries that they harvest in the fall in Scandinavia and in Sweden. So I'm going to get this stuff mixed up and we'll start cooking. Okay, and I also forgot to mention that I'm going to add a little bit of white wine, dry white wine, to enhance the flavor of the dish as well. So in my bowl, I have my 80-20 ground beef and I have my 80-20 ground pork, and I'm going to add my garlic. I'm going to add my onions that I chopped up small. Might as well use the rest of that garlic, a little garlic, never hurt anybody. And I'm going to do a little garlic powder just to kick up the garlic a notch. I'm going to do some salt. Salt that liberally. I'm going to do some black pepper. I'm going to do a little bit of nutmeg, and never overdo nutmeg. And a little bit of allspice, a little more than the nutmeg. Gives it that nice warm flavor that you get from a Swedish meatball. Got a little onion powder here. And some breadcrumbs. I'm going to put some sour cream right in the meat. A good quarter cup, I would imagine, of sour cream. And I'm going to get it mixed up. You never want to overwork your meat, so just kind of fold it until you get everything folded in nicely, but don't work your meat too much. And I'll be back when I'm ready to roll the meatballs. Okay, so I've got everything incorporated. I didn't show it on camera, but I added 2 eggs to the mix. I forgot to do that before I went off camera, but there's 2 eggs in here. Everything is incorporated. And now I'm going to start rolling my meat mixture into small balls. The Swedish meatballs are not large, like say spaghetti and meatballs. So maybe golf size or a little bit smaller. About like this. And, you know, I'm doing it by hand. You can use a scoop if you want to make them exactly even, but I'm feeding my family and not feeding anybody for company. So I think it's just fine that I use my hand. And this is what I'm going to continue doing until all of the meat mixture is rolled up, and then we'll start cooking. Okay, so I've got my meatballs all rolled out. I got about 25 of the meatballs out of that 2 pounds of ground meat. I've got a pan heating up with some regular olive oil, not the EVOO, but the kind that you can use for cooking. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get these browned up, not cooked all the way through, but just browned up. And I'm going to do that kind of on like medium high heat. And so I'm going to get them brown, get them all in the pan. And I'm going to like let them sit brown on one side and kind of keep them moving around so they don't stick. And once they get all browned up, I'll come back. Now remember, I'm not cooking these all the way through. I'm just going to brown all these up, and then we'll come back and we'll make our sauce. Okay, so most of my meatballs have been browned through. I've got a couple here left in the pan that I'm getting ready to take out, because remember, I didn't want to cook them all the way through. I just wanted to brown them. And I do want to say that the key to getting them to not stick is to kind of leave them alone until they brown on one side, because if they haven't formed a crust on the side that's touching the pan, then you'll tear them up when you flip them over. So wait till you form a crust and then flip them, and they won't stick to your pan. They come right out very easily. So I'm taking these out. And these are all my browned up meatballs. And now I've got all this flavor at the bottom of the pan, all the little crusty stuff that's called fond. And we're going to make our gravy with that. And we're going to use all of that for all of that flavor that we need. So I've got some flour. And I'm going to make a gravy. And we want this to be a light gravy, not a really brown gravy. So I'm going to add some flour to the deal. And I'm going to scrape up all that good stuff on the bottom. All of that is flavor and goodness. And I'm not going to cook this out until it's really brown like I would normally when I do just like make regular meatballs and gravy. I'm going to just get all of this flavor off the bottom of the pan, or the fond. And, you know, I think I might add a little bit of butter in here. Butter. For a little flavor. Keep scraping all those goodies off the bottom. And I like to flavor my, when I scrape this stuff up, I like to go ahead and add the flavor there. It seems like it makes it more intense. And I'm going to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, a couple drops. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to add some chicken broth. Just a bit right now. And keep scraping. And I'll play around with it. I'll let it thicken back up. It thickens up quickly. Continue to cook it. Now this time I'm going to add some milk. You know, it still needs some flavor. I mean, some liquid. It's still thick. And now I'm going to add some wine, some dry white wine. It enhances the flavor tremendously. And we'll just eyeball that. And it's still pretty thick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some sour cream right into the gravy. Oh, making a mess. I hate a mess. So it's still a light gravy. Put some more chicken broth. And you just keep eyeballing it. And then you don't want to season it up completely because you're going to put your meat back in it. And that's also going to help to season it. So I'm not going to add any more flavor in it right now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop my not fully cooked meatballs back in the mix and let it simmer for a bit and taste, and then add more ingredients as I need it. And I'll be back after it's simmered for a couple minutes. Okay, so I am done with my Swedish meatballs, and here are the final results. They look absolutely beautiful, and I'm sure that they're going to taste equally as well. I am going to put a couple on the plate, and I'm going to put some of the lingonberry sauce on the plate, and I am going to have a taste. And I got 2 forks here because I'm going to have my husband taste with me, and I'm going to taste a little bit with no lingonberry sauce, and then I'll taste some with Frank. First, you taste some with the lingonberry sauce, just in case you can't get your hands on any. But you can get it at IKEA, and you can order it on Amazon.
I like it. I like the contrast of the sauce and the meat.
Is the sauce sweet or kind of tart?
It's
or
not
a
sweet.
Combination of both?
It's not sweet.
Let me taste some.
It's not tart either. I wouldn't say it's tart, but it's not sweet either.
Is it compared to cranberry sauce?
Yeah, similar.
Let me get. My meatballs are tender, so they're falling apart as I try to eat.
It's good.
That is good. Now, I don't like cranberry sauce, but I like this. This is good. So,
I'm ready to eat.
it's good either way. With the, did you like it without the sauce?
Yeah.
Which way do you prefer?
Either way is fine. The meatballs tasted great, but I like the added,
Yeah.
you know, the addition of the sauce. I like that.
I'm glad I tried it with the sauce because, you know, I wouldn't have kind of thought I'd like it because I don't like cranberry sauce, but that's better than cranberry sauce to me. So this is, let me show you what the bar says. Swedish lingonberry preserves, and I ordered this off of Amazon. I have been told that you can also get it at IKEA. And here's another close-up. Did you get a zoom-in shot?
Yep.
Okay, so it's a good close-up. Can you see that really well?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was good. Hope you try this recipe. It's a great recipe, another recipe that I stand by. So do it, and do it the way I did it the first time, and then make adjustments. Hey guys, so thanks again for coming to visit with me. I am so happy to have you with me a couple times a week, and I hope you give these Swedish meatballs a try. They're absolutely delicious. I think they taste as good as the IKEA Swedish meatballs. Try to find that lingonberry sauce. I'm sorry. It had a really good taste. It's not too sweet. It's not real tart. It just really is a good compliment to the meatball. I want to do a shout out today for a channel that I have been watching a lot called Misha's Corner. Go check out Misha's Corner. She's a wonderful cook. Oh my gosh. So she's got a lot of recipes, and she's got a really big audience, and it's for a good reason, because she is an excellent cook. So I'll put the link to Misha's Corner's channel in the address box. I want you to please subscribe, share, comment, like, and go feed your family. Bye-bye.